Hey, how's it going, everybody? Okay, so one topic that I want to cover real quick just first before we begin. Number one, I'm not a big expert on Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, just building decks or anything. This is just my concepts and everything that I just want to introduce you guys to. This is basically just going to be a quick rundown on how to make a basic, just a basic deck for ranked play, and exactly what to expect when it comes to ranked if you haven't played any ranked whatsoever or just the higher stages. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and start by basically going over each card and why it is that I included each one of the cards. And if you don't have these cards, I highly suggest that you go and try to get them. But just take a quick look and notice that I didn't include any URs in this deck, simply because they're kind of hard to come by. So if you have some URs that you could include in this deck that you could replace, that would be great, because obviously this particular deck here is not going to get you to the King of Games. I mean, if it did, I would have been King of Games by now. But this is basically just something that I threw together that I knew pretty much anybody could build. You get what I'm saying? So this is basically a budget-friendly deck is what I'm trying to say. But basically, we'll start off with Windstorm of Itakwa. This particular card you get from Mai at level 25. This is a pretty good stalling card is what it is. So whenever your opponent has a monster or two on the field and you got something face down, or maybe you have a monster that's face up, just switch the monster to defense position, and then basically gives you an additional turn to just draw something useful, or at least attack your defense position monster, especially if the monster is high attack and low defense. So if you don't necessarily need this card, but it's just a card that's easy to acquire and it's got some pretty good usage to it. So highly recommended, especially when it comes to ranked play. Trap Jammer, ranked play is actually seeing a lot of the mirror wall gameplay right now. So if you're going against decks that are running mirror wall reinforcements or just any other traps out there, Trap Jammer is a really good counter, especially cards like Michiziri as well, I believe. I have heard that Michiziri isn't counterable for whatever reason. It might be a glitch, I'm not entirely sure. Reinforcements is an extremely good card in this particular deck because you have a lot of monsters in here that are 1600s, and you're more than likely going to go against decks like Rex Raptors decks, like the Dino decks, Umi decks, the Yami decks, the Mountain decks, Kaibas, just decks that have a lot of field spell power. So you're going to be going against a lot of monsters who have higher attack than your vanilla monsters that I have here included in this deck. So Reinforcement is a pretty good counter. Easy way to remove your opponent's monster and get some advantage on your side of the field, especially early game. D-Spell, just like I mentioned in the previous card, you're going to be going against a lot of decks that have, the Mountain Spell, Yami, Umi. So D-Spell is a really good way to just remove that big advantage that they have against you. So definitely run a D-Spell in the deck if you can. Mask of the Accursed is a card that's it seems like it has a really good effect, but you just got to know when to use it. Mask of the Accursed is a card that you want to use on a high value monster. And by high value, I mean you want to use it on a monster typically that is a tribute summon. So let's say your opponent summons a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you know what I mean? So definitely a card that you want to use on a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Or they wasted all their cards on a ritual summon. Boom. Dropping on a ritual summon monster, you get what I'm saying? And I mean, they pretty much have no cards in their hand and they pretty much got a dead monster. But just be wary of face down cards in their side of the field. They might have some sort of way to remove the mask. So just be wary of that stuff, which is why it's kind of a low tier card. Don't use it on a monster that's like level 4 that can easily be tributed and have the mask removed. So just take caution to that. So let's see, Gravity Axe. Gravity Axe is a really good card because it gives you 500 attack. Keep in mind it gives you no defense, but it gives you 500 attack at no cost, whereas something like the Sword of Bow, whatever it's called, you have to discard a card in order to equip the little sword or whatever. So this card, no value whatsoever, 500 attack, really good. It also locks your opponent's monsters in place so they can't move at all. So this is also a really good card to equip. When it comes to equip cards, I highly recommend only just one equip per deck. You can run 2, that's okay. 3 is a little overkill. Don't try to run 3 equip spells. It's a little much, but to each their own, Order to Charge. In this particular deck, as you can see, I'm running a lot of vanilla monsters. Vanilla are normal types in case you didn't know that. But Order to Charge, if you don't have this card, it's in the Ultimate Rising pack. Highly recommended. It's got some great versatility. You know, it's you tribute one of your normal monsters and take out one of your opponents. You know, it's great removal for just any monster in your opponent's side of the field, especially when it's a high value monster like a Ritual Summon, Fusion Summon, Tribute Summon, you know, and especially if you're running a bunch of vanillas, perfect, you know. So I highly recommend 2 copies if you can. If you edit the deck and you reduce the amount of vanilla monsters that you have in the deck, I would recommend either just 1 copy, but since this particular base deck here runs a whole bunch of vanilla monsters, keep it at 2 copies. Twister. Twister is a fantastic card. You know, 500 life points, but also keep in mind that it only targets face up spell and traps, not face down. So just make sure you keep that in mind whenever you're activating the spell, because you don't want to accidentally activate it and then you're trying to target their face down card and now you're forced to target one of your face up cards. You get what I'm saying? So be absolutely wary of that. Also, when using Twister, if you're using it in a defensive manner, so for instance, let's say your opponent equips a spell onto their monster, don't destroy that spell until your opponent declares an attack against yours. The reason for that is once it reaches the battle damage step, then that's when you want to go ahead and activate Twister, because you're forcing that equip spell to drop out, and so the damage step still has to happen because your opponent has already declared the attack. So what ends up happening is your opponent's monster ends up getting destroyed. So you basically just destroy their monster by removing the spell. You get what I'm saying? So it's 2 cards for 1. Really good way to just, you know, get some advantage on your side of the field. Now, as far as vanilla monster goes, I included a bunch of 1600s in here. 2-headed King Rex, you can get from Rex just by leveling him up. So definitely go and get yourself one of those if you haven't got one. You can also farm Rex for more if you need them. This particular monster you get from Kaiba, nothing special. This one you get from the, I can't remember what the deck is, or what the set is called, but you know, it's the water set. This one you get from farming, I already forgot his name, the guy who wears a bandana, Keith, there you go. Warrior Digrapher you get from, I believe it's Neo Impact, I'm pretty sure it's Neo Impact. So, I mean, he's fairly, for 1700, he's fairly easy to get. So, I mean, if you do have some extra gems and you don't have a 1700, you know, monster, I mean, it's nice to have, you know, but it's not absolutely necessary, but just 1700 attack is pretty nice. 1600, Warrior of Zera, you also get him from Keith, you know, I just got lucky. Battle Ox, you get this particular one from Kaiba, so if you ever have a chance to farm Kaiba, go and farm him now. If you haven't updated to the latest update, the Spirit Ryu glitch still works. So the Judge Man's fairly easy to get. He comes in the Ultimate Rising pack, even though he's an SR. I don't know, I think he came by pretty easy. Now the 4-star Ladybug of Doom, ranked play, sees a lot of the Rex Raptor play, so definitely want to run at least one of these in your decks. If you have it at the very least, it's not absolutely necessary, but when it comes to Dino decks, a lot of the monsters in Dino decks are going to be 4-star monsters, so running one of these bad boys always going to save you. Yomi Ship, you don't have a Yomi Ship, this is a pretty good monster removal, especially if you have a high value monster on your opponent's side of the field and they don't have any other monsters. You know, this is a pretty good way to remove. So definitely should include that in your deck. Okay, alright, now Bazu the Soul Eater. This guy, you have to get this guy from the card trader. Not sure if he's still available, but if he is, you definitely should at least get 1 copy of this guy. And the reason for that is because if you have a lot of monsters in your graveyard, just summoning this guy, let's say he's the last card in your hand, last resort sort of thing, remove 3 monsters, his attack automatically is boosted to 2500. That's pretty damn good, especially if you have if you still have, you know, like some monsters in your graveyard. Let's say you got about a total of six monsters in your graveyard for whatever reason, you know, that's 2 potential turns. You can keep this guy out on the field with 2500 damage. You know, it'll give you pretty good advantage, you know, but definitely don't use this card early game. If you have them in your hand, try to hold on to them for as long as you possibly can. You know, use this guy as the last resort sort of thing. So, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the build of the deck and the reasons for why I included all these cards. Definitely, you can definitely substitute a lot of these cards with URs. If you have the URs for that, definitely throw those URs in here as opposed to keeping the majority of these cards. Like Spear Karibo. Spear Karibo could be a great addition in here. Mirror Wall could also be, you know, a fantastic addition to this particular build. But basically, just take apart this particular base right here and make it your own is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna take this into ranked play real quick and basically show you guys that, you know, just this little simple deck, you know, can actually hold its own. You can see silver rank 5, so we'll see how it goes real quick. Just be a quick little playthrough, and I'll be basically doing like a little commentary and telling you guys, here's what I'm thinking. This is, you know, this is why I'm making this move and whatnot. But hopefully I can try to get a win out of this, you know. But a win isn't always guaranteed. That's another thing you got to realize when you're going against people in ranked play. You're gonna see a lot of decks that are not very meta, you know, but that's always good because you should always feel like you can, you know, experiment. So here we go. We got a pretty good hand so far. We got a D-Spell, and you can see they got the Yami. So, but they don't know that I have a D-Spell in my hand, so I'm just gonna let them think. As you can see, look, check it out. Running a Leotar, and all I have is vanilla cards. I already have a great advantage. Check this out. And I'll set this, and I'll set this. Now notice this, I'm already getting value from this one Warrior of Zera. My one card already took one of his cards out, so my Warrior of Zera already got a whole lot of value out of it. With Order to Charge, I'll get some more value on whatever he decides to summon. Okay, 1550, okay. It's not a whole lot he can do yet unless he equips it with something. And it looks like he's not going to equip. Okay, so here's something that you should be careful with. As you can see, he set a monster in attack position, correct? So, and he also set a card. That can either be a bluff, or he can have a Mirror Wall face down, or reinforcements. So, be absolutely careful whenever you're attacking into a monster like this. So what you want to do, since I just drew another monster, I'm going to go ahead and summon this one out and attack with my low attack monster and try to draw that trap out. The effect on this is defense to attack. Okay, so I'll go ahead and attack. As you can see, it was a bluff. So he really had nothing face down, and I don't know what's going on. I think he disconnected. Either that or they're quitting. I'm not sure. Okay, well, I don't know why, but I guess that's a win for me, you know, so. But as you can see, I mean, that was a pretty good draw. And I'll try to run one more for you guys so you guys can see that, you know, it's a pretty consistent, you know, it's a pretty consistent deck. The draws aren't always going to be terrible. I literally only have one tribute in here because the deck literally has cards that are just based on removing monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Bandit Keith. Another thing to take into consideration is the duelist skill that you decide to go with. See, look, check out this hand. It's a pretty balanced hand right here. If I can draw a monster the next turn, that's even better. I had too much to eat. Okay, so he's going with face down cards. Alright, so I have a Trap Jammer. Now, this is what you gotta think. You gotta think about things like this, okay? So he's got a face down monster. Typically, when somebody has a face down monster in rank play, it's gonna be an effect monster. So you wanna be extremely careful when it comes to that. Now, that's not 100% true. Some people just might set their monster simply because, you know, just it gives them, you know, a sense of security, which is completely fine. It's whatever. But I drew, you know, 4-star Ladybug of Doom. I'm not going to use that 4-star yet until I start seeing, you know, until I get to see and get an idea of what he's running in his deck. So right now I know he's not running anything just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and attack his face down monster and see what's up. Okay, so I see we're already getting an idea of what he's running. Flip effects. So he's running a Hane. Not sure what that's about. But you got to think, you know, there's got to be a reason why he's running that card, because he literally did nothing. Personally, I think that's a terrible card to be running unless you're running a deck based around returning cards to your opponent's hand. But we'll see what he does. Okay, so since I know that the monster that he just had was a very low monster, I'm going to use my lowest monster. I don't want to lose 100 points of attack if it's not worth it. You get what I'm saying? Come on. Okay, so cool. He gets to draw. Michizuri, what? Okay. See, and that's exactly why you want to use your lowest monster, because I would have just lost my battle locks. Now, the reason I didn't use my Trap Jammer is because I personally don't think it's worth it. I'm going to go ahead and use that on my next turn on his face down card that he has right now. But I don't see the point of using my Trap Jammer against Michizuri when it was an insignificant monster, and I don't really see him taking control yet. Okay, I'm getting some nice cards here right now. So I'm going to use my battle locks now. And let's see what he's got face down. He's obviously stalling, we know that much. But what is he stalling for is the question. Like I said, I'm no expert when it comes to the whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing, but just getting an idea here of what he's trying to run. It just seems like, you know, I don't see a theme here. I think he's running a 20 card deck, so I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. Hopefully. It is just the silver ranks. There's his duelist skill. Okay, so nothing going on yet. Another order to charge. Attack his face down monster, see what we got going on. I wonder if it's that tree he just brought up. 4-star Ladybug of Doom. Okay. Looks like we're making moves now. Don't have any viable monsters in my hand right now, but it's okay. Still got the advantage. I'm anticipating a ritual monster here. Shard of Greed. Okay. What? Cat Ears Tribe. Okay. Don't know what that's about. Let's see. The original attack of your opponent's monster that battles with this card during his or her turn becomes 200 points during the damage step. Easy way to counter this card is with an equip spell. So, should I do it? That's the question. Yes, I'm going to. I have the advantage. So the easy way to counter the Cat Ears Tribe is your original attack becomes 200. But if you have an equip spell, like the Gravity Axe, then it becomes 700. At least that's what I'm hoping. That's how the card reads, so let's find out. I do have Trap Jammer, so I feel safe in attacking. Boom, there we go. More than likely, he didn't know, or he thought that we were both going to be taken out at the same time. But it's always nice to know, you know? Okay, so what you gonna do with that? 300 attack until the end phase. Okay, it's a 4-star. He's probably gonna equip it. Oh, no, okay. That's cool. Now see, this is why Order to Charge, you want to use it whenever they declare the attack. Let him use all the cards that he has in his hand to give him a false sense of security. Now I'm hoping, actually no, he still can't even counter it. Okay, so check it out. This is why Order to Charge is great, guys. Unless he has a Magic Jammer. Boom. Beautiful. Come on, give me a monster. Damn. Okay. That's alright. We'll go ahead and set this 4-star Ladybug of Doom face down and throw our Order to Charge face down. Right now, we still got a hand advantage. He is going to get 3 cards this turn. So let's see what he does. And it looks like he's going to deck out before I do. Still got Mask of the Accursed for that tight situation, you know. It looks like I'll be taking out his little Sergeant Electro here. This is also a 4-star Ladybug of Doom, guys. Nice card, nice card. Especially if your opponent has two 4-stars. Great value right there you get for 1 card. Like, come on, give me a monster, man. You owe me ship? Okay, I'll take it. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this one. Let's see what we got. Order to Charge and Trap Jammer. Yeah. He'll be forced to remove it one way or another, so. Still got an advantage here, guys. Not sure what he has face down, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I guess I'll just wait till he tributes? I don't know. Okay, Dispel. I'm just gonna switch to defense. wait for him to make his move, or at least until I draw a monster so I can start going into the offensive again. Another cat ear? What is this guy running? Who does he think he's going against? Kaiba? Mask of the Accursed. I don't think this guy has any tributes in his deck. I think his deck is literally just a stall, which is absolutely bad because he's gonna deck out before I do. Now see, this is why I say you don't want to use Mask of the Accursed on a monster such as a 4 or 3-star monster, something that can be tribute summoned, or that can be tributed, I mean. So I got a D-spell. I can definitely D-spell if I want, but I really don't see the point. I can tribute if I want. I don't see the point. Honestly, I just don't even see the point in doing anything at this point right now. But I'll go ahead and no. I'm just gonna keep things. I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide here what I want to do. I'll be giving up the monster's effect if I tribute. I'm just gonna go ahead and tribute. Simply to get that stupid card out of the way, that spell card. I haven't taken any damage yet, so let's see. Order charge. I still have that. Trap Jammer. Fine. Many life points, 2,700. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good here. So was that his tactic? He's going for 2,500 damage, is he? Okay, that's cool. All right, go ahead. Let's see if you got any equips too. Go ahead, throw an equip on that card. Oh man. See, I could have set my reinforcements down and I would have had the advantage, but at least I still got Order to Charge to save me. I still got some vanilla monsters in my deck that can save me as well, so. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Sweet. It's gonna take a lot of cat attacks to take me out, and I don't think he'll be able to do that before he decks out. Okay, finally. Got another monster on my side. Set my reinforcements down. I will not attack. Let's see, he might have another Bazu the Soul Eater. Not really anticipating it. But even if he does, it's whatever. So he set something. What has he got? If he's got any of the monsters. He's got 3 cards left in his deck. Finally, tribute summoning. Okay. 2,300. All right then. I'm not gonna do anything here. Okay, so just gonna let him destroy it. Probably draw another monster next turn. Okay, so it's 2 face down cards. I'm gonna take a guess here, and I'm gonna say they're spell removals, and we'll find out once I use my Mask of the Accursed on his tributed monster. Twister, okay. Didn't draw another monster. It's okay. Still got this. Just gotta stay calm, stay calm. But as you can see, the deck is holding its own, just like I called it. Spell removal. Well, it's to be expected. You know, you can't win them all. I'm gonna go ahead and set this Twister down. Probably won't get a chance to use it at all. That's fine. See, 2300, he'll get 2500 damage in, and whatever he summons. If he summons anything. Okay, so I guess he's got nothing to summon. Okay. Come on, dude. Let's speed this up. Here we go. Bazu's the Soul Eater, guys. Let's see if I can pull this off. One, two, three. Boom, boom, boom. 2500 damage. Now let's see. Let's see, he's got 2200. My attack will become original, so no, don't want to do that. Don't want to attack into his cats. I'm anticipating here some traps. So I want to use my D-Spell to check to see what he has face down. But no, I'm going to go ahead and attack and do this. I do still have a Trap Jammer. Oh, he had nothing for that. Michizuri maybe? No? No Michizuri? Okay, I'll take it. Bazu comes in for the win. Let's see if he's got anything. Let's hope not. Let's hope I can win this. If I win this, I'm telling you, it just proves this is a pretty good base, guys. Pretty good base for a deck. Stray lambs. It's fine. Summon all the lambs you want, dude. I'll leave his cat alone. Doesn't pose a threat to me. He's gonna deck out before I do. So I'm just gonna pray that he decks out. See what happens. See what happens. But see, that's the great thing about Bazu as well, is that the attack that he gains stays there until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's fantastic. And if you got a lot of monsters to throw away, another monster, that's great. I couldn't be any happier with this right now. activate his effect, just for, you know, some insurance. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Go ahead and go to the battle phase. Take out his little lambs. Make sure he can't do a 2-monster tribute, because that would suck. Don't want that going on. I don't even try to bring out a blue eyes, because then that just creates problems for me, and that's something I can't deal with right now. Let's see, if he had like a Sphere Karibo, I'd be screwed. Ooh, ooh, boom. And this is why you need a trap jammer in there, at least every now and then, you know? Check it out. God, I bet this guy hates me so much right now for that. And now we just wait for the deck out, because I'm not attacking those cats. I do have reinforcements. I can't attack them as the cats, but I need those reinforcements just in case. Cat really is no threat. It's just 200 attack, 100 defense. And I'll just go ahead and let him deck out. I want to see what his face down card is. So I'm going to use my D-Spell just for funsies. One Storm of Itaqua. Okay, cool. Let's check and see what he's got face down. Just because I want to. Golden Apples. Okay. Golden Apples, I think, is a little bit overrated. Yeah, it can save you, but the bad thing about Golden Apples is if your life points are already low. Well, let's say I had Golden Apples face down, I had no monsters. My opponent summons level 1600. I still have to take that damage and lose. So it doesn't exactly work. It's not like Enchanted Javelin, where Enchanted Javelin adds that HP to you and then takes it away. No, Golden Apples adds the HP after the damage is resolved. So that's why I don't really like Golden Apples that much. Cold rank, sweet. Now keep in mind that was silver rank, so there are some good players in silver rank, but right now I honestly don't know. That guy he was pretty good. But I mean, that was pretty much it, guys. So that's just take that build, mold it into your own, and just roll with it. Just do what you want to do to it. Here it is again, in case you guys want it. Include some URs in there. You've already seen the gameplay. You know what to expect. Just know that the meta is heavy with Dino decks, Umi decks. So make sure you're running those D-Spells. Make sure you're running those Twisters if you got them. Just make sure you're using them wisely and at the right time. It's all about timing. Don't just get in there and use your entire hand beginning of the duel, because you're going to be left empty-handed and then you've got nothing to defend yourself with. That's a big mistake that I see a lot of people doing, is if they get an equip spell in their hand, first turn, they immediately go and use it. Big mistake. You just want to be smart, be wise, you know, use your low attack monsters first. So if you, let's say you got a two-headed King Rex and a Battle Ox the first turn, obviously use your lesser monster just to see what your opponent, feel your opponent out, see what they've got, you get what I'm saying? And you're going to have those games where your opponent is going to OTK you and just one turn kill. So, I mean, that's just the way the game is played, you know? So, don't be overwhelmed. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let a couple of losses discourage you. Just edit your deck to fit the meta, you get what I'm saying? So just anticipate what your opponent's going to do next. Always think one step ahead, you know. So you notice I was calling my opponent, you know, his cards out, you know, before they were even flipped up. So definitely just one step ahead, edit your decks. That's pretty much it, guys. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions, comments, or anything else you want to see on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you guys can. If you don't want to, that's fine, whatever. You guys have a good night.